Merry Christmas, you guys. I'm Rebecca Robeson, and thanks for coming back to my channel today to see the last of our Christmas videos for this year. A lot of you have seen the interior of my house, but you haven't seen the outside. Why is that? Well, because I just finished it, and I am going to walk you through and show you how it turned out. After that, stay tuned, because I'm going to take you on a drive through the city streets here in Tulsa, some of the most beautiful homes you've probably ever seen that are lit to the nines. So we're going to get in my car and go together. Does that sound like fun? All right, before I show you this yard that I did, I'm going to give you the backstory, because there's always a story, right? And this year, my decision was I'm just going to put the white lights around the perimeter of the roof of my house. I've done this for the last 3 years, but of course I've added a few other things to my yard to really spiff it up. Here's something I've always wanted to do. I've taken you guys on this tour of the neighborhood lights here before in Tulsa, and some of them are really spectacular, but my favorite was one that was lit from the trunk that went up and spread out, not just a little bit on the branches, but all the way to the tips. And the one that took my breath away that I saw a couple years ago was fuchsia. So that's what I asked for.
I'm Will.
Will.
I'm Sam.
Sam.
I'm Tyler.
Tyler.
I'm Micah.
Micah. And these guys are here from Lit.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
we are about to get lit.
Oh, that's right.
I got a hold of Lit. They had to rent a hydraulic lift that goes up like a cherry picker so that they could actually reach the highest branches and go as far as they could. And some of the branches are so tightly lit, it's breathtaking, honestly. These guys worked really hard, and one of them, I'm not kidding you, he was like, I don't know, Tarzan, going way up in the tree. It was amazing.
I don't just look pretty, I actually work too.
It is so beautiful, but there were a couple problems. One, I actually had a couple trees in the front at the corner of my lot, which is your first impression of the pink tree. So I called a tree trimmer I had used before, and this was at 6:30 in the morning. Do you know that by 11 o'clock, he had heavy machinery equipment and 6 guys himself that came, and these guys were equally amazing. It looks like a bushel of hay.
I wouldn't have left machine.
I know. You're out here bending over, raking, putting leaves in bags. And there was this one guy who worked for them. I'm not kidding you. We nicknamed him Monkey. Brenda was there that day, and we're like, that guy's a monkey. He is a monkey. I could not believe him climbing up those trees the way he did. I was so fascinated by it. I think I filmed on my phone, probably 30 minutes of this guy climbing through the tree, swinging, reaching out beyond. It was something else. So I decided, okay, I've got these great flat-backed green trees. You saw that I actually put in flat-backed trees in my living room this year, and they were green, and they were too big, and they were too green. So I took them down. Well, guess what? I could use those on the front of my house, and I have 2 locations that would create a really, really symmetrical and great first impression. There's still something missing. I remembered that I had my Oh Holy Night sign that's animated. Do you remember that from a couple years ago? So I got the guys back out, and they put up that Oh Holy Night sign. Now I had 3 different colors of lights. I'm not talking red, green, and purple. I'm talking yellow, bright white, almost blue, and fuchsia. It was getting worse, not better. I decided to just practice the principle of repeating a matter, pulling that color in another area of the yard to make it look purposeful. Now, I should be really happy, right? Well, there's still something not quite right. I felt like my house, even though it was lit all the way around the perimeter, it felt like a dark hole. I called my lighting guys back out again, and I said, all right, let's outline the windows. And guess what? That was the ticket. Now, the balance between this heavily lit fuchsia tree was balanced by the size of the house and the number of lights on the house. And all it took after that was a few finishing touches, like I bought 20 fresh red poinsettia plants and placed them around the base of the tree. I also decided, you know what? I need a wreath. So I ran down to Amber Marie. I picked up a wreath. It's just like the one that's in my kitchen, the oval one. Put it on the door. It needed lights, number one, but you know what else it needed? It needed the fuchsia color to tie it all in. It was just the finishing touch. Okay, are you ready to see how it turned out? Let's take a walk through and I will show you my beautiful home for Christmas 2023 at night in Tulsa, Oklahoma. All right, so that is the full story of what it took. And like I said, this wasn't very well planned. I think I'll do better next year. It evolved and it became what it is. I just kept working on it until I got it right. Love the two trees on either side that are strategically placed between the two living room windows and the two family room windows. What does that do? Well, that gives me symmetry on either side of my door. So look, these beautiful poinsettia plants around the base. Now I'll be honest with you, I live in Tulsa, right? You know what that means. That means that these will go in at nighttime. It's a bit of a commitment, but I only bring them out when I'm entertaining and of course when I have you over. Add in the lights around the window. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't think of that sooner because that is a game changer. Oh, before I keep going, you did see that I did these lights around the tree, the base, right? That's my effort to pull all these random colors together. I call it repeating a matter and making it look purposeful. I created a skirt and I used 3 strands of lights. I used a bright white, almost bluish, to bring in the Oh Holy Night sign. I used a string of mini lights that's yellow, it's a warm white, to match the trees and the lights that are now around the windows. And I added a string of the same exact lights that's on the tree. I felt like if I could bring all of those 3 together and make it look purposeful, then it wouldn't look like, what, the colors are just not working. It's very similar to what I do in a home. If I see something that's standing out, what do? I repeat a matter, and that's what I did here. Angels praise, Mary, Joseph, lend your aid. Lit did such a great job. And then I also included my little bear. Isn't he so cute? And he's, you know, part of my decorations inside too. If you haven't seen my indoor Christmas decorating videos, I highly recommend you do that. I just added a little bit of a swag here. And this bear with its hot pink bow just brings in the color of the tree and it makes it look festive and very Christmassy. And girl, you are something else. And of course, just to finish it all off, I did do some lighting in the back too. You should see. Oh, you know what's really beautiful? When I'm driving up this street, you see the back of my house first. It's gorgeous. Ah! I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna get in my car and we're gonna go and look at the lights here in Tulsa in the neighborhoods. I think you're gonna be blown away. I do wanna know which is your favorite color. You could put in the comments below at what point you saw that tree on the video. You know how it says, you know, 8 minutes and 12 seconds? Write that in there and tell me that's your favorite. Because maybe you can get some ideas of what you can do next year. And if you do, you should call Lit. All right, you, get in. Let's go take a look. This is the house that I first saw here in Tulsa that had every branch of every tree lit all the way to the tips, and it is without a doubt spectacular. And when I heard it, of course, Celine Dion was singing her Christmas album, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was so magical. Yes, but I didn't mention the drone. I just said I have 2 of my videographers here. Do you mind if we film? She just doesn't want her name mentioned, which is fine because I don't remember their name anyway. roof line all lit up. That looks so nice.
And so a star shining in the east, beyond them far.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's a big property too. Look at that. Wow. What did you think? Was that amazing or what? Okay, you guys, listen, I have one more video coming out. I think I told you this was my last one. I was wrong. I have one more. It's on gift wrapping, and it's coming out right at the right time, you know, a couple of days before Christmas when you're probably trying to figure that out. So after that one, it's a wrap for 2023. And on that note, this baby wants to take off. So let me wish you a very, very Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys next time. Actually, next year.
Oh, oh, oh.